Hello, and welcome to the Thrive Movement Community Guides interview series. Thank you for joining as I introduce you to trailblazers in their fields on your journey to thrive and not just survive. These inspiring change agents provide varied perspectives and gifts from their own experiences to assist others to thrive in their lives. I'm Beth Myers, and I'm your host and the owner of Arrival Coaching. I'm a law of attraction empowerment coach, mentor, speaker, and this month's Thrive movement, the focus is on thriving in your mental health. So I'm thrilled to introduce to you today my friend, fellow coach, Anne McElwee. And she is a light body practitioner. She's a essential oils educator. She's a Reiki master, a certified creating money coach, and a massage therapist. So welcome, Anne. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you, Beth. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that beautiful introduction, too.
You're very welcome. You have just so many modalities that you are an expert in. And I just would like to introduce others to some of the work that you do and how it helps to affect mental health. Because, that's something that, certainly we focus on our health and well-being, but our mental health is so important to take care of it as well. So what influenced you to assist other people in helping be the best that they can be with their mental health?
Well, it's interesting because growing up, I really didn't choose the field. It chose me, the healing field. And I just found I attracted those type of people that just needed a little guidance. And, oh gosh, maybe when my brother was in his 20s, he was diagnosed with bipolar. Mm-hmm. So mental illness and really became a passion of mine as well, because it's not taken seriously. And it's so judged and just kind of hidden under the rug. So there's so much that goes with that. And I just, these people are courageous. They really are when you see and hear their stories. And my brother was a hero to me. So there's so many modalities that just offer to guide and help mental illness. And as we know, stress is a big indicator of so much illness and disease, and including mental. So I guess I started with the Reiki. I got into Reiki. And prior to that, I also became more intuitive and was taking psychic classes and really becoming more into alignment with my truth. And finding that the healing aspect was just attracting people to me. And so when I was helping people with Reiki, I was actually attuning to their bodies and what was going on, so to speak. And Reiki is just amazing if you've never experienced it. You can feel very relaxed. People see colors, people feel warmth and tingling, and some people have no experience with feeling anything. Usually that only happens once or twice, but it does bring an overall relaxation to their body and to their senses. And it works on so many different levels of the body. And it just kind of slows the body down, so it does bring a sense of healing to you overall.
Yeah. And all of those effects that we feel in our body are things that help our mind as well. Right. Because it's mind, body, spirit all connected, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And it's nice to see that mainstream Western medicine is starting to embrace a little bit more.
Right.
Some of these practices that have been around for how many years? Millions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, some of the Eastern traditions, and Reiki is more of would be considered an Eastern
Correct.
philosophy or
Right.
practice of healing.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. So did your massage therapy follow the Reiki that you began doing and helping people, or how do they interact with one another in
So
the community?
I used to work in a metaphysical bookstore. And so I had taken my first degree Reiki. That's where I first experienced Reiki and just felt fantastic. And at 46 years of age, I decided to go to massage school. And gosh, it was just amazing. There was something so powerful of just holding somebody's head in my hands and feeling that connection with their energy. And, you know, most people just go to relieve their tension and their muscles and so forth. But I guess that deepened my healing because I was feeling their energy as well as just the physical. But there's a sense of just awesomeness of just being able to do that for somebody, because they think they're receiving it on the physical, but they're receiving it again, like you said, in so many different layers. Levels, the mental, the physical, the spiritual. And so they come out more whole and more complete. And even using essential oils also in the massage, you know, in the lotion, can trigger so many different feelings that come up, or a sense of well-being or sense of relaxation. And it was at that time in massage school that I felt the need to go further my different levels with the Reiki. And I didn't know why. You know, I continued that journey, but you just never question and you just move forward. And that took me more into um, a different field of massage was oncology massage. So helping people heal as they're healing from their cancer. So that was so powerful. And then I actually got drawn in because I was always attracted to our elders. So I went on to take continuing education classes with compassionate touch, which was a form of massage, but it was also communication skills with our elders in nursing facilities and Alzheimer's and dementia patients as well. And boy, was that powerful. Um, yeah. So just to be able to touch somebody who was nonverbal, who was deep into their Alzheimer's, you could still connect and you could bring them around and just really communicate on such a deep level. And so it wasn't a full massage, but it was massaging maybe their hands and their arms or their feet because there's still such a deep connection there. So,
What a beautiful gift
yeah,
have been
for
able
sure.
to give others and that they give you from
Yeah.
that compassionate touch.
Oh, absolutely. There's such a sense of, you know, satisfaction is not the word, but empowerment, but just being able to connect with another human being. You know, not only are they healing, I'm helping their bodies heal, but they're also healing me in the meantime, you know? So it's two ways, it's not just one way. So,
Well, can you speak to that a little bit? You've shared some of the results that people get from massage, from maybe some of the essential oils that you use during the massage, and even from the Reiki. What are some of the results that you've had or that others have had that you haven't spoken to? Because I would imagine there's other like layers of results that people have said, oh, but I've had this happen for me, or this is something that I've experienced, or something that you've experienced.
right. Well, there is a sense of overall well-being with anything that, you know, the healing modalities. Um, People just come away with just a better sense of connection to themselves. They may not be able to put their finger on it, but you know, it does connect them. Even massage connects them to their inner being, and they don't think so. You know, they may be on the table snoozing,
Uh-huh.
but they're also connecting on a whole level because they're able to get their body to relax, you know, on a deeper level. Because as you know, today's day and world, we're all about go, go, go and do more and do more. And so to honor your body and your health and well-being, even if it's just an hour a month, to just relax and unwind and just allow yourself to connect into your own alignment. Um, Yeah, it's just so powerful. They may find that they're a better parent or they're better to themselves and, just feel better. They smile more. They feel less stress in their life and they're able to cope with stress better. And of course, that's just the ripple effect because, like they say, when mom's not happy, nobody in the household's happy. So, today's a little stressful out there in the world. And if one person can make a difference in another world, it just, triples that ripple effect. So, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you are a light body practitioner, and you and I know what that is. I've taken light body, and you are as well. Explain a little bit more about how that work helps in your coaching that you do, or even with the body work that you do in assisting people and their um, mental well-being as well as
Mm.
their physical well-being.
It's funny. Light body was a class that I had difficulties grasping the first year.
Me too.
It's so intense and deep and just took me by surprise, and just trusted that it was doing what it was supposed to do. And, I questioned it several times, but it was interesting. What I found was that, and the reason I took it was to deepen my level of healing for my massage clients and my Reiki clients. And what I did find was that it was a different level of healing that set me apart from other people. Because when you receive Reiki, you don't always feel it. And I've received it from many people actually, and you don't always feel something. And I had one gentleman sticks out in my mind particular, came to me for a massage, 90-minute massage, and asked for Reiki and understood law of attraction. So it was like, wow, this is amazing. So there was a connection anyways, just because his field was open and accepting and allowing. And so he had explained that he had a previous injury on his shoulder and he was still under a doctor's care and it was healing. And when he was done, he just said, wow, what did you do? And he couldn't grasp it. So he left. And the girls out at the front desk came out to tell me that they were shocked. He was just so impressed. Well, a month later, he came back to me and said, I don't know what you did, but do it again. And what he explained to me was that he had gone to his doctor for a checkup, and the doctor explained there was no explanation for the healing that he received in his shoulder from the month prior. And he knew there was something. So he had asked, what else was I doing? And, talked a little bit and shared about the light body with him. So it does connect on a deeper level. It really goes deep. And it is hard to, it can be difficult, if you're not aware of what's going on, because you may not be aware of this intense healing that's taking place, but it's just amazing. So yeah, it is a little bit deeper and more healing.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's really, I love to hear the layers of modalities that all work so well together. Do you find that when you're doing massage with people that you are coaching them sometimes?
Interesting that you say that. Some people talk, some people just snooze and take in the energy. I had a gentleman come in last night. He just wanted an hour of stretching. And I'd never done an hour of stretching, so I was a little leery of that. How was I going to make that last? But this guy immediately started opening up on my table and said, I never speak like this to anybody. And I was so honored and privileged as I am with anybody that feels that they can open up to me. And so he asked me something and he said, don't think I'm woo-woo, but have you ever heard of The Secret? And I just kind of chuckled and I said, yes, I have, and I let him explain it. And he was just interesting because this is where he was at in his journey. And I just kept congratulating him that, for taking this step, because it is a big step. And especially, I think, for males to acknowledge where they're at, because it's not taught to them in a young age to cry and have feelings and to be healing and going for massage and so forth. But so yes, there was a lot for me to help offer to him, and then talk to him, not only but to converse about the secret, but also that I was a law of attraction life coach as well. So that kind of opened his eyes a little bit more. So yeah, it was exciting. And I really love when the universe sends clients to me. We're all brought to somebody's life for a reason. And so I'm honored and privileged when somebody, asks, for a little bit more information, and the feedback that they get. I had a woman in specific too, who I just offered a couple of sentences, and she came on her way home. She just felt so inspired because she felt stuck in her life when she came for a massage, and felt that she left with so much more. And she said, wow, you really opened up my world, because a lot of us we're in little distress. We feel this tunnel vision. And when she left, and the next morning, the vision, just really opened up. Her world felt opened, and, she felt there was a light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, it's wonderful to have that feedback from somebody. And, as a massage therapist, we know we do our best at every massage that we possibly can. And we know that however they take it is up to them. And you don't always get feedback. But when they do offer that verbal feedback, it's just amazing, because you've reached them on so many different levels. So, yeah.
And just what a gift that is.
Yeah.
You being able to give that gift, and then
Yeah.
being able to receive it, and then it kind of circles right back around, and then they go out in their life, because their mental health, their physical body is feeling better, their mental health is better, by releasing and not holding that stress, that energy that is maybe serving them, and being able to then, like you were saying, creating that ripple effect, to impact other people in their path, in their life, in their family, with their friends. So, wow. And I think it's just amazing for people to really stop and think about, when they go to see a practitioner, whether it be a coach, whether it be a massage therapist, really check into some of their background a lot of times, of what modalities they do offer. Um,
Right.
and, sometimes there's just that attraction there, but being aware that there are different levels of, I have a friend who's a massage therapist, said, some people just come drop their body off and they go somewhere else. Like you were saying, it's sitting on the
Yeah.
table, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But there are a lot of massage therapists and healers who will take you deeper if that's what you desire.
Right.
And so allowing that and asking for that, because a lot of times people say, well, shouldn't I be going to see a psychologist or a doctor to be able to work on my mental health? And what would be your response to that? What's your experience?
I tell people they know what they need for the most part, and I don't discount those, because those are really important. And but I ask them to go where they feel guided. Maybe try a life coach. Maybe try an experience. Try, there's so many different modalities, and so many people. We're so connected.
Mm-hmm.
And I find this when I speak to people. I had a guy last night who came in for massage, and just wanted to kind of rest, right? And he started chatting about something, and we had something in common with our kids. And, so when you start connecting with people, and you really listen, there's a connection, whether it's something in your life that you relate to, or somebody but there's just other connections on so many different levels. And, I think myself, I like healing from multiple places. I've done therapy. I've done life coaching. I've done Reiki. I do massage on a regular basis. And, as a whole, our bodies require different modalities regularly. Sometimes it's just that quiet time in nature just to connect and align with ourself and source, or, whatever you believe is all we need. So it's not always having to reach out. And sometimes you can get the most healing from just chatting with a friend. So, but it's exciting to try different. I've tried acupuncture and I love chiropractor, and, there's so much out there in the world that's just so exciting. And I like change and I like trying new things. So yeah, it's wonderful.
It is. And it's nice to be aware too, that
Mm,
there are all different types of modalities out there. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do the Thrive Movement Community Guides interview series, is just to open up possibilities of people and resources that are out in the world, maybe in your neighborhood, or maybe virtually online,
right.
via Zoom, like we're doing right now,
Yeah.
to be able to connect. And I think you really, I resonated so much with what you said about connection, because it's really about connection. And if you have that gut feeling in your stomach that something doesn't feel right about the doctor that you're going to, after I'd had a major surgery and had a tumor removed, and the surgeon that had taken it, I talked in my last interview series about how there was just a lot of healing that I did and things that I did for myself through that. And I found that my surgeon, after I'd done it, wasn't in alignment with where I felt my healing needed to be. The focus, well, you can either listen to that person or you can listen to me. And it wasn't in resonance for me, and I no longer see her anymore.
Right.
And I feel like that's something that each of us have that choice that we get to make, of who we choose to go to and find what we connect with, what we resonate with. So, and that's an important aspect of our mental health.
Oh, absolutely. I've had my own share of run-ins with doctors and so forth. And, again, it's doing your own homework with doctors and what they believe in. And it's okay if they just believe in the science part of the medicine, but don't put me down for my beliefs, because it works for me, and I've met some doctors, pro and con, that really have taken new belief system on, because they found that outside sources worked. And, and like I said, in today's day and age, life is so busy that, we all kind of need mental days, just to kind of let go of the electronics and disconnect and just reconnect with ourselves. So, yeah, any way you can do that is valuable. So,
Yeah. And it's really, what I'm hearing you say, and what my belief is as well, is you have to tune into yourself. And
absolutely.
many times that is very challenging to do.
Mhm.
We a lot of times want a quick fix of something that's just going to fix the problem. And sometimes it's a process. In
Right.
fact, most of the time it's a process, because life's a process. It's about the journey and not the destination. And
Right.
you quickly want to get to that destination, but you have to remember that that journey is what helps us get there.
Yeah, there's so many valuable tidbits in that, because growing up, I was one of those person. I just want to arrive. Let's just get it done with. And,
Right.
the more I got into my healing, I realized, oh my gosh, you're missing your whole life if you just wish that away. There's so many people to connect with. And, there's miracles in every day. And I'm one of those people that literally in the morning, I jump out of bed ready for my day, because there's so much to look forward to. Good and bad, if that's what you want to label it, because it's not bad. There's so much lessons, so many valuable lessons in each day, with people that come into your life, that again mirror back and help you heal in different ways. So yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, Anne. Now, Anne, do you have any particular things that are coming up in the near future, that you'd like to make people aware of, that's coming up in the new year, maybe?
Well, I'm always open for long distance Reiki. I do that. And I am going to be teaching a 12-week course hopefully the beginning of January, called the creating money, creating more money in your life. And it's healing your relationship with money. A lot of us don't consider that we have this relationship with money, but we do, believe it or not. And if you're not where you want to be with where, your savings and checking account look like, then it's something, you may want to kind of look into, or, ask me some questions about, because there's so many different layers that go with creating our abundance and our money in our life. So yeah, that would be wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, how can people get in touch with you, Anne?
So I have an email. My website is still in the makings, but my email is coachingwithannemcelwee@gmail.com. And yeah, do that. And I would love to set up, a quick coaching, a free coaching call with you. And, we can discuss where you're at with your money and go from there.
Awesome. And it's Anne, Anne, right?
Correct.
McElwee is MC.
EL.
Thank you, WEE, right?
Correct. Yes. Yes. At
At
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm actually on Facebook too, Coaching with Anne McElwee on Facebook. Yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. And I will put that in the end of our video so that the viewers can see your contact information. And, I think it's really exciting that you're combining the creating money coaching along with your other healing pieces that you do as a healer and as a coach. Because one of the things that I've learned, which I, became aware of it as we went through the Quantum Success Coaching Academy and learned about lack versus abundance, but the whole mental aspect of what we hold in ourselves and our energy around money. And that money really just is energy. And so those are huge awarenesses. And I'm interested in your creating money course. And, I think it's an area that a lot of people need a lot of healing and understanding about to help create what it is that they desire. It is possible.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't aware until I went through the coaching academy too. And I remember one class in particular, Christy had lacking thoughts and unlimited thoughts around money and abundance. And oh my gosh, I had such a pit in my stomach because I think everything I answered was lack. But what was great and enlightening about that was I realized all the limiting patterns and beliefs that I had in my life, mainly around my parents. They just taught me what they knew, and then teachers and so forth, in all my life. So it was an eye opener. And then I didn't realize there was this energetic connection with money. And that was another eye opener, because we're not taught that money's energy, it's physical, it's green stuff in your hand, right? So yeah, it's really a phenomenal class that really has you question and kind of go, like you say, peeling the layers of the onion to really get down to find out where they're coming from, but also so you can release them and also create your own unlimited beliefs. And you can go as high as you want with your money, so.
Yeah. Well, that's so exciting, Anne, and I'm really grateful that you've been able to spend some time with me today and to share about all of the different healing modalities that help bring about thriving in your mental health and how you assist people. So thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Beth. It was such a pleasure as always. I always love conversing with you, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining Anne and I today on the Thrive Movement Community Guides interview series. And we've talked with Anne McElwee, who helps us shift on our life's journey to thrive and not just to survive. So take good care. And until next time, be true and be you.